67% of employees say that they feel overlooked for promotion. And if that's you, then this video is going to show you how to break out of the pack and get ahead of 99% of your colleagues. When I was 24, I was answering phones, overlooked and stuck in my career. But once I learned the principles that I'm about to share with you, then I rapidly advanced and became a director by 32. In this video, I'll break down the exact moves that get you noticed without working longer hours, the skills that matter more than degrees or qualifications, and how to sidestep the office politics that hold most people back. By the end, you'll know exactly what to focus on, so your work finally translates into career progression. But before any of that, you've got to understand the promotion formula, which is the real reason some people move up whilst others stay stuck. And that's because most people believe that the promotion formula looks like this: hard work equals promotion. And who can blame them? That's what we've been told our whole lives. At school, it was all work hard and you'll succeed. At work, it's keep your head down, hit your targets, collect good reviews, and maybe you'll move up. But in reality, the promotion formula actually looks like this: visibility plus achievement plus timing equals promotion. Now, notice how hard work isn't actually on there, and that's because hard work alone just gets you rewarded with more work. The real career advancement comes from what people see you doing, how you actually move the company forward, and knowing when to step up and ask. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. To make this simple, I've built these cards. For each part of the formula, I'll explain what it means in the business and the key principles that you should follow and the practical steps you can start applying today to get ahead of everyone else. And we'll start with visibility. Visibility is how well people, especially decision makers, actually know about the value that you bring. It's not just about being seen, it's about being seen doing the right things that signal leadership potential. Now, a lot of people confuse visibility with showing off or being loud in meetings, but that's not what it means. True visibility is about ensuring your work, your impact, and your potential are recognized by the people who decide promotions. And in order to do that, you just need to remember the following 3 principles of visibility, starting with the first one: proximity to power. If no one senior knows your name, then you don't exist in the promotion conversation. Visibility comes from putting yourself where leaders can actually see you, whether that's presenting in meetings, leading a small project, or taking ownership of something cross-functional. Now, the practical step to do this is to volunteer to present to the team update at the next department meeting. Principle number 2 is narrative ownership. Hard work is invisible unless you give it a story. Visibility means framing your achievements so others understand not just what you did, but why it mattered to the business. If you don't control the narrative, then someone else will. Now, here's a tip in order to do this. When you deliver results, tie them back to the company goals. For example, this improved response time by 20%, which means we can handle twice as many clients without any extra cost. Principle number 3 is consistency over noise. Visibility isn't about a one-off win. It's about being consistently associated with progress. People should start to expect whenever there's movement, you're involved. This builds a brand of reliability and influence. In order to do this, share regular updates with your manager. Not just spam, but monthly or bi-weekly highlight of your impact. By the way, if you're finding this useful, then I share even more practical career advice every week in my free newsletter. It's where I go deeper into these principles, give you real-world examples from the workplace, and share strategies that you can put into action right away. So if you want to keep building momentum and not just wait for your next promotion, then check the link in the description and join for free. Which brings us on to the next part of the formula, which is achievement. Now, achievement isn't just about being busy or clocking extra hours. It's about delivering measurable outcomes that move the business forward and making sure that these outcomes are understood in the right context. A lot of employees confuse effort with impact, but leaders promote based on what value you create, not the sweat that you put in. Now, the first principle of achievement is outcomes over effort. Being the last one to leave the office doesn't prove achievement. What matters is what changed because of your work. Did revenue grow or did costs drop? Did customers stay longer? Achievement is results, not hours. In order to do this, whenever you complete a task, write down the outcome in business terms. For example, I automated this report, saved the team 5 hours a week, equivalent to 2.5 full-time employee days per month. Principle number 2 is to align to what matters. Not all achievements are equal. You could be brilliant at tasks that don't move the needle, and leadership won't care. Achievement means focusing on the priorities that leaders actually track. Now, here's what I like to do. Ask your manager what the top 3 priorities for this team is in this quarter, then consistently link your work back to those goals. Principle number 3 is document and demonstrate. Achievements fade if you don't capture them. You need a record that shows progress and can be shared when it counts. This isn't about bragging, it's about making your results undeniable. I like to keep a little win file. Every time that I hit a milestone, I save the metric or email or slide, and then I use it in performance reviews or when the opportunity arrives. Now, the next part of the formula is about timing. Timing is all about creating and seizing the right moments for your promotion. Promotions rarely happen just because your time has come. They happen when you align your readiness with the company's need. And since no one will tap you on the shoulder, you have to make those moments happen for yourself. The first principle of timing is to look for change moments. Promotions often open up when there's movement in the company. For example, restructures, new projects, sudden growth, or someone just leaving. If you wait for the formal announcement, then you're already too late. What you need to do is pay attention to team shifts. If a manager leaves, don't wonder who will replace them. Ask yourself, how can I step into that gap? The second principle is the power of the IOU. Sometimes you'll be recognized as promotable, but miss out due to budget, headcount, or timing. That's not a dead end, that is an IOU. Leaders now know you're capable, which builds pressure to reward you next time. Here's something that I've used to great effect in my career. When you're told that you're not able to get promoted right now, then lock in that IOU. Say something like, I understand, but what would it take for me to be first in line when the next opportunity arises? Principle number 3 is ask. Don't wait. Opportunities don't fall into your lap. You have to create them by asking. The act of putting your hand up signals ambition, and often that's what starts the conversation. So schedule a career conversation with your manager and ask directly, what would I need to demonstrate in the next 6 months to be considered for promotion? By knowing the principles of the promotion formula, you can grow your career, but here's the thing. The top 1% don't just use this once. They've built an entire system for managing their careers, almost like an investment portfolio. In this next video, I'll break down exactly how top executives manage their career to fly up the ranks. I'll see you there.